Lifepoint Kids leaders, Merry Christmas. I just wanted to give you the pregame for Christmas Eve. We're going to be having some fun, so excited that you're serving at one of the 3 services. Kiddos will have some fun activities to do. Every kid will take home a crown to do with mom and dad for the Uncommon Crown series. I'll show you a picture of the take home for that, and then also the day is going to be really short and fast, and it'll be a lot of fun. So whether you're in juniors or in crew, you're going to do a fun activity to start things off, and then you will head down to crew. Whether you're in juniors or if you're in crew serving, you'll just stay there, and we'll do our large group time where they'll learn about the birth of Jesus through a Bible story, and then they'll do a fun game, and then some glow stick worship, and then they'll head back to their small groups upstairs in juniors or in crew, and then you'll do a couple fun activities with them while they're here. One thing I just want to make you aware of is that, with lots of kids, you just never know with the first couple services, and so if you run out of activities, look at the small group leaders next to you, because they may have plenty for you, because every small group has the same activities, no matter what age they are. It's all the same for Christmas Eve, so you guys can share and use each other's resources, and it'll be lots of fun. I'll show you some pictures just so that you know what the resources are. So thank you guys for serving, and then all month we've been doing just a pregame. We've been talking about a song to get our hearts ready for what God's going to do each week. And so for Christmas Eve, the Christmas song, which was penned for a New Year's song by John Newton, is Amazing Grace. And I bet you didn't know that that's kind of a Christmas song or a New Year's song, but it is. And the lyrics go like this: Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace has brought me safe thus far, thus grace will lead me home. The Lord has promised good to me, His word and hope secures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures. Yea, when this flesh and heart shall fail, the mortal shall cease, I shall possess within the veil a life of joy and peace. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we'd first began. And all of that is because of what Jesus did. What an amazing hymn. John Newton wrote that. He was a slave ship trader, and he was a part of distributing slaves for a while, and lived a very sin-filled life, and then ran into a book, and one night in the middle of the storm, reading the book, he realized that all that he had known, being an atheist, may be wrong, and he needed to consider this Jesus. And then during the storm, it got really, really bad, and he asked the Lord for a gracious gift of life, and he gave his life to Christ. The storm subsided, and John Newton became a pastor, worked with John Wesley to end slavery, and also penned this hymn, kind of thinking of what Paul says, Paul says that he is the worst of sinners, and John Newton felt the same way. And so those first verses, Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. And he ended up being a pastor that did amazing things for God's kingdom. And so what a beautiful hymn, and what a beautiful moment that we get to celebrate. So I hope that prepares your heart. I pray that you are praying for, I know that you are praying for Christmas Eve services, and I thank you all for serving. And if you have any questions, you can email me or Lauren or Amber. And I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas.